Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A solo edition where we answer sporting questions from the chat. And Manchester United fans, we got it. The third bid for BRYAN and Mbeumo. Manchester United have finally offered the money that Brentford wanted. So we believe, because who knows, they could reject the third bid. So I know the vast majority of the questions are going to be about the Mbeumo deal to Manchester United. Of course, you got Rodrygo, who is wanted by Liverpool and Arsenal. And on top of that as well, you've got Eze, who's wanted by the Gunners, but also Chelsea seem to have entered that race as well. So get your questions in, people. Get your questions in. If you're a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment, and that's a member at any level, people. That's a member at any level. So I'll start your question and I'll get to it. Of course, if you're kind enough to super chat, I'll get to it as well. But big up to everyone supporting as always. Make sure you hit the follow button on the channel. Make sure you hit the like button on the channel. When you enter the city of sarcasm, make sure you hit that like button expeditiously, people. And that's whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live. On top of those two things as well, make sure you share this out across all of the socials as well. Yes, it's flawless on X/Twitter. Yes, it's flawless. Retweet and like. Yes, it's flawless on Instagram, and the same with @Sarcasm City TV on those two social platforms as well. No, I wasn't messing around. I was making sure it was right, because it had been switched up, that's all. But big up, love to everyone who has locked in already. You lot are absolute real ones and continue to support massively. And like I said, this is the solo sports Q&A, so I'm going to get to more questions in the chat. So make sure you lot get your questions in. Big up to Warrior J. Says the third bid for BRYAN and Mbeumo is in. 65 million guaranteed plus 5 million in add-ons. That's from David Ornstein. Brentford do not want to lose both Mbeumo and Visa in the same window. Newcastle's interest in Visa has accelerated Manchester United's movement on signing Mbeumo. That's from Ben Jacobs at United Stand YouTube. Let's see what else. That's the more opinion links. Okay, I will start those, Warrior J. But obviously, this is the main talking point right here. Let me give my shout outs and big ups to everyone. But this has dispelled a lot of myths and busted a lot of myths in regards to Manchester United. But big up to Tanir, big up to Nair in the cut, big up Jojo, S. Madison, King as well, Dark Magician. Who else is in here in the building as well? Sham, big up to you as well. Daniel, big up to you. Congrats on being world champs. Ryan B, big up every single time. Abdi, shout out to you as well. Let's see what else you love saying. Big up nephew, TKL, low fat, Ryan, making sure. But yeah, as I was saying, people, in regards to the Mbeumo deal, dispelled a lot of myths. And people were trying to tell me that United didn't have the money. Nonsense. That United don't have an extra 5 million, an extra 35 million. I'd kind of understand that, hear it. An extra 55 million, I'd hear it. And that was my main issue with the Manchester United approach to the deal. If United and Brentford were miles apart in the valuation, I'd understand. If we were offering 65 and they want 95, I understand it. It's 5 million. Whether or not you think the 65 million initially was going to get the deal done, yesterday's price is not today's price. And this just goes to show the money's been there. No deals happened in the last 24 hours or last 48 hours to go well. That's where that money's come from. Bear in mind, you had the sell-on clause for Elanga, you had the sell-on clause for Fernandes, and then you had the 5 million at the start of the window that you got from Chelsea because of the Sancho deal. 3 things I've mentioned consistently and dispels this myth, because we all know before the window started, it was Manchester United are broke and have no money. Then we made the bid for Cunha, and then it was like, oh, Manchester United only have that money for Cunha, and that's it. We then made the first bid for Mbeumo. We then made a second bid for Mbeumo. Then it was, oh, United don't have the money to get Mbeumo. They don't have the extra 5 million. But we didn't know it was 5 million. We just knew there was a difference in valuation. I guessed it was something minor. And when I think it was Ornstein a couple of days ago said that it's several million, we knew it was something from 2 to like 8 or something like that. Wherever you wherever you think the valuation difference was. And it just shows Manchester United's incompetence to then pay the money. You know what I'm saying? And to then pay the money. And literally we're talking 5 million. Bear in mind, it's not like it's for a player who is okay or a player that is just above average or a player that's good. I think this is a very good player who could be a great player for Manchester United. Like, what does he not offer? Bear in mind the situation we are also in. Manchester United are in a dire situation. It's not like we have attackers at the team already who are so much better and operating at a high level. We have one of the worst attacks in the league. Add Cunha and Mbeumo, we now have one of the best attacks in the league. I was saying this. Even with just those two, we now have one of the best attacks in the league. Not the best, but one of the best. And if you add a competent striker to this is top 4, top 6, wherever you want to rate it. Of course, teams are still making movements. Liverpool could still add, Arsenal could still add, Chelsea could still add, City could still add. You've got Villa, you've got Newcastle. We don't know what's going to go on with the Isak deal. Does Isak stay? Did they get Ekitike on top of that? So the list goes on. But what I'm saying is, Mbeumo and Cunha with another striker as a trio is frightening in regards to what they could do. Ryan B says, what striker would you go for? I personally want Mateta. I would go for Mateta too. He's been on my list for the longest, Mateta. So he's a perfect foil for Mbeumo and Cunha. And also I like what we're doing, the approach about buying the best of the rest inside the Premier League. That's why I like the Cunha deal. This is why I like the Mbeumo deal. This is like, I like the Emi Martinez rumors. This is why I like the Estampinian rumors. Go get the best of the rest. That's why people try to say, oh, you're buying players from, why you lot gassed about buying players from quote-unquote lesser sides, even though I don't like that statement. Manchester United have historically done that. Yes, there's the odd player we've bought from abroad, but a lot of our players we bought from quote-unquote lesser sides in the Premier League at that time, whether it's Spurs, whether it's Villa, whether it's Nottingham Forest, whether it's Oldham Athletic, whether it's Wolves. The list goes, whether it's West Ham, whether it's Leeds, the list goes on. Go and check Manchester United greats from the 90s all the way up until now. Where did Wayne Rooney come from? For example, where did Wayne Rooney come from? We just going, where did Michael Carrick come from? Where did Rio Ferdinand come from? Or people just going to bypass these things? Where did Edwin van der Sar come from? Well, again, happy about the bid being made. I don't know why it took so long. That's my only issue, is too strong of a word, but only confused, befuddled. That's what I am, befuddled by it. I'm like, why wait all this time just to pay them? Why wait all this time just to pay the money? And again, it's not a lot. And does he add? I've been saying this. The thing that I like about Mbeumo the most potentially joining Manchester United is his potential link up with Cunha. Because we've seen what Mbeumo did with Visa. And Visa's a very good player. Bless me. Don't get it misunderstood. I think Visa's a very, very good player. So look at what Mbeumo did with him. I think Cunha's a better version of Visa. So imagine what Mbeumo could do with Cunha and how they could be great foils for each other. We've seen what Cunha did at Wolves. Yeah, there's been no player, attacking player, the level of Mbeumo there. And if you add a striker to that, all of a sudden the attack's cooking. Because that's an attack that, if you're dominating possession and keeping the ball and trying to break down a low block that's got 10 men behind the ball or 11 men behind the ball, they can do that. In transition, they're cooking. And Mbeumo and Cunha, because they can both move without the ball. The movement, the pace, the acceleration, just the overall speed, they're going to carve teams apart on the break. They can. And like I said, depending on the striker, he could add to that, depending on who you go and get and the profile of said striker as well. It really, really is. So I like what I'm seeing. So yes, I'm glad we made the bid. Just get the deal done, man. I don't know what is going on. So I just get the deal done. I don't know if it's because Newcastle are in for Visa and Brentford don't want to lose both, but that when you are aside the profile of Brentford, you lose your better players. You lose your better players. Like, simple as that. Like, that's what it is. TKL says 70 million is a lot of money. 70 million is a lot of money, yes. But do I believe he's worth it? Yes, he's one of the better attackers in the league. So that's the going rate. He's one of the better attackers in the league. That's what it is. Again, Malcolm says, yo, flawless, humble myself, Manchester Blue, Mossad, you here. How am I not being humble? Please elaborate, Malcolm. Well, big up to you. It's always good to see people from Manchester in the chat. But how am I not being humble? Please explain. When did I mention Manchester City? Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat as well. Again, get your questions in, people. Get your questions in. And what's this? Oh, that's Ekitike. Let me. What's the Aston Pin? Because this took me by surprise. I'm not gonna lie. This did take me by surprise. There have been player talks on the player side regarding the deal for Estepinian. There's an understanding on terms and a pathway United might have in mind, and that's from Ben Jacobs. Well, Jacobs Ben on Twitter is his username, but Ben Jacobs. Interesting, because that one's because left wing back isn't a role or isn't a position we've really looked at strengthening. Would I take Estepinian? Yes. But I've been saying this the entire summer, and I continue to say it. To me, the focus should be the spine of the team, which is your goalkeeper, which is your centre-backs, which is your central midfielders, which is your 10s, and which is your striker. So this is why the centre-backs I trust. Definitely go get a goalkeeper. Go get a central midfielder. We really need 2, but if we get 1, cool. And then 2 10s in Cunha and Mbeumo, cool. Go get a striker. And all of a sudden, your team is miles better. Your team is, if you get those 5, your team is miles better. I didn't Cunha and Mbeumo just get 3 alongside that. Team is miles better. But would I turn my nose up at Estepinian? Absolutely not. Because I was just talking about the attack. Him down that left-hand side with Cunha transforms that left-hand side from where it was. From where we was at to what it could be with those 2 South Americans. Miles better than what I'm talking about, the standard we are at currently to what that left-hand side does now. I like Doggy, but he's no Estepinian. Cunha is more, the Cunha and Garnacho is no conversation. You got that South American link up on the left-hand side. You got the African link up, Wakanda Power on the right-hand side. All of a sudden, the team looks much better. All of a sudden, it does. Let's see what else we're saying. Say that again. Malcolm, I'm lost. You said me stay humble. So I asked you a question, so I'll ask you again. How have I not been humble? What have I said that is not humble? Please elaborate. I want to know what I've said. Chris Wood was top 5. Is he 70 million because of Nani? Here the thing is with Chris Wood, look at this. Look at he had a very, very good season last season. What's his seasons like beforehand? Like we acting like things don't come into context. What was his? And also, you know why Chris Wood wouldn't be 70 million? He's 33 years old. This is it. He's 33 years old. Now, if he was 23 years old, whole different conversation. Whole different but he's 33 years old. And also, he's not as good as player as Mbeumo is. Like, what are we talking about here? Why are we comparing Chris Wood to Mbeumo? And is he 70 million because of Nani? Potentially, but that's a bad deal that Arsenal have done. That's on them. Chelsea have got a great deal there. This is why. So if I'm the selling club, if I'm Brentford, I would have asked for more than 70 million, to be honest. I'm Brentford. I am asking for more. This is me saying this as a Manchester United fan. I would ask for more than 70 million if I am Brentford. If I'm seeing what Madueke and Kudus and Elanga and Bino Gittins are going for, he is better than all of them. I am asking for more. That's just me, though. I'm glad they're not from a Manchester United fan perspective, but I can look at it from the selling club perspective. I think Mbeumo, and here's another thing, if Mbeumo performs here, we're gonna, yeah, Eddie, I got you. I'm gonna send you the link now. We're gonna, no one's gonna mention price tags. We only mention price tags when a player underperforms. When a player performs, we don't care about his price tag. So if Mbeumo comes here and does what he's supposed to do, we ain't gonna mention it. If he comes here and fails, it's gonna be 70 million this, 70 million that. Someone mentioned Van Dijk. There's a reason no one mentions Van Dijk's price tag. You know why? Because Van Dijk has delivered at Manchester, has delivered at Liverpool, sorry. No, it's not 70 million for a Brentford player. Everybody robbing United these days. I disagree that is robbery. I think 70 million for in this market is a good deal. And to say it's for a Brentford player is crazy, because that just because he's at Brentford doesn't mean he's not a good player. We spent world record fees on a pass for a Leeds player. Did we get robbed then? Oh, because that player turned out to be quality. Come on, man. We gotta be smarter than this. We gotta be smarter than this. I don't look at I don't do the big club bias. I don't look about where the players coming from, what team the players coming from in the Premier League. Is the player quality? Yes. And Mbeumo starts for most of the teams in the Premier League. Right, what we doing out here? He's a good player. If you don't wait in Mbeumo, I don't know what to tell you, lot. I don't know what to tell you, lot, man. If you lot don't wait in Mbeumo, I don't know what's going on, man. Goals, assists, great foil for the team, can play multiple positions, multiple roles, all to a very good level. But yeah, right, there's just me. Eddie just sent you the link as well. Just send you the link, fam. But like I said, man would say that when we bought, a certain centre back from Leeds for a world record fee because he was at Leeds, right? So we're getting our pants pulled down and getting robbed, right? All right, sure. Okay. Yo, the hate is crazy, man. People are so salty about this deal. People are mad salty about this deal. Mad salty about it, man. And it's not even happened. You know what I'm saying? It's not even happened. That's what it is. If he was going anywhere else, you wouldn't hear these conversations. Because general consensus is Mbeumo's a good player. A very good player. But all right. But 70 million is too much. Sure. Okay. Yeah, let's see what else you lot say. Run up the likes though, man. Run up the likes. How many likes we on? We got 31 likes, man. Let's get up to 40 likes. Like check 1 2 1 2. Like check 1 2 1 2. Run up the likes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Mbeumo, couldn't you definitely step up the attack? I say, but people salty talking about the bread that it is. Like and Mbeumo probably walks into your team. That's the craziest part. That's the craziest part. You know what I'm saying? Right, that's it. Big up Malcolm, man. Malcolm just waffling in the chat, but big up Malcolm. Flawless, I seen rivals say that Cunha and Mbeumo for 132 million is crazy, but I think it's brilliant still. You know what, Josie? I agree with you. I think it's brilliant business. To get those two in the attack, I think it's brilliant. You know what's crazy? If someone would have told me that this would have happened, I would have said nah. It wouldn't have been done. Leeds have always been a big club fan base wise, but Brentford now I believe you should only give them 30 million. What? Should only give them 30 million? All right, cool. So it's based on the fan base. All right. So it's so if Brentford had a bigger fan base, the 70 million would be okay. When did we base it off that? What's going on? So because they have a big fan base. What is going on? What are we doing here? So it's okay to sign a player from Forest, Leeds, West Ham because they have big fan bases. But Brentford is where you draw the line. So if he was at West Ham and performed like this would have been okay. This is what you're telling me. Hear the logic. So if he was at West Ham, if he was at Leeds, if he was at Nottingham Forest, or quote unquote a club with a big fan base, this deal would have been okay. But because he's at Brentford, or let's say he's at, I'm trying to think, or he's at I'm trying to think, who's another small, or if he was at Ipswich or a club with a smaller fan base, then it's all right. When did the price tag match with the fan base? All right. People just say anything, man. Big up to you, Mum Spaghetti. People just say anything, man. All logic is out the window, man. Because I've never heard the fan base of a club dictating a player's value. That's new. That's a new one to me. That's a good one. I remember that. That's a good one. That's a great one. All right. Okay. Because of the big fan base. That's what it is. So if he was at Leeds, it would have been okay. Got it. Exactly, yes, Madison. When it comes to us, it's overpaying. We got to improve our attack. We just got him and Cunha for 100. Well, we haven't got it, but it will happen. Let's say 130 million is. Let's say it's 130 million. That's great business. For us, improves our attack. Big up to my G Eddie in the cut. Yes, Eddie, what are you saying, fam?
Coolin', man. Coolin'. I'm back at the scene of the crime, man. I felt it was only right. It's much more of a calm scene, just you and I. I do want to say shout out to you, though. The veil is getting uncovered, man. I'm watching Don Hussein's channel, and something struck out.
Go on, what struck out? Talk to me,
He
fam.
said, the negativity you bring out of me. I just wanted people to sit, just really think about that real quick. But we'll leave that right there. But Flawless, brother, how you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed, fam. I'm all good, man. I'm all good. I'm glad I woke up to this news that we actually finally made the bid for Mbeumo. So your thoughts?
Thank God it's over. Hopefully it's over. Honest to God, truth. Hopefully it's over. Brother, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I understand that. But at the end of the day, we got two wingers who everybody in the top 6 wouldn't be bad if they were part of their club.
Facts.
And that's an improvement on what we've had for a long time. And to say we overpaid shit, brother, we paid 72 for Hoyland, 85 for Anthony. This is what the big boys do. We got it like that. Don't ever let them tell you we don't got it like that, people. Don't ever let them try that United don't have money BS. We can find a way. We pay people too much money as a club to fix these issues. And so now we're still waiting on people getting sold. Like, that's more the priority than anything. We'll, on this channel especially, we'll preach that. Like, incomings are cool, but selling is the priority. We need Garnacho out. We need Sancho out. We need Anthony out. We need Rashford out. Luke Shaw, but shit, that's the new Phil Jones, honestly. I don't think he going anywhere, bro. He's stuck. He's stuck. So yeah, man, I'm just hopefully they sign the shit. If they don't sign this one, bro, just leave. At this point, just leave.
I agree with that.
And don't go with no Nicholas Jackson bullshit. Go get somebody else, man. Like, real talk. So yeah, I'm just happy this chapter is over. And we can move on with the transfer process. Because, again, I'll sing it again. Brother, people need to go.
Agreed.
That's just what it is. People need to go. That's the biggest thing.
100%. I hear you. I fully hear what you're saying, fam. And what's your thoughts as well? Because we haven't actually spoke, because this broke a couple of days ago. There have been talks on the player side regarding the deal for Estupiñán from Brighton. There's an understanding on terms and their pathway United might have in mind. So it seems we're looking at him from a left wing back standpoint. Thoughts on Estupiñán?
Another good signing for where we're at. It's a process. It's a gradual process. Like, the damage that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ten Hag have done to this club is going to take years to redo. Like, it's that simple, people. From the bum ass players they brought in while they were there. And you know what's so mad, bro? I seen this picture of Eric Ten Hag with the sun protector hat on and the shades, drinking some cool drink, and I was physically angry. Why does he get to walk these streets with no shame? Jesus. And so yeah, Estupiñán is a solid player. I mean, Dorgu needs somebody to take him out the limelight when he starts to struggle. I think that was the biggest thing with Dorgu. Like, when he didn't have it, he still had to go out there and play, and it only made the problem worse. So having depth at that position, and it's a special position because, again, not too many of the teams are playing wingbacks. A lot of teams are 4 at the back. Like, so we're different in that sense, and I think he can do a job even at left back, maybe, or if we get a new manager. Like, he doesn't strike me as a player suited specifically for this manager.
Yeah, he can play fullback. We've seen him play fullback.
That's the best part. Like, people are saying we need to buy to support the manager. Fuck all that. We need to buy for Manchester United. That's who we need to buy for first. And so the manager has to deal with what we give them. Case in point, like, it's fucked up, but that's what happened to Ancelotti. If Ancelotti finds a way, which, again, I don't even think Mother Teresa could do it, to get Mbappe and Vinicius to play together effectively, he still has a job.
Oh, see, yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I hear that.
If he figures out that magic potion, he's still in the job. If he performs against Barcelona with those two killing it, he's still there. So once that happened, the writing was on the wall. And then now you're looking at Xavi Alonso. I'm telling you, if he doesn't get it right, he's out of the job.
Absolutely. Spot on.
That's it, bro. The players are the investment. The manager's the caretaker. I pay you the big bucks to make sure my investment is operating at a premium level.
Absolutely.
If you don't do that, then why are you here?
Yeah. Well, you right. 110%. You right, without doubt. Well, again, this is a step in the right direction, and you mentioned it right at the start, Eddie, about the Mbeumo deal initially, about all this, the money's not there nonsense. Absolute foolishness, man. And this goes to show that the money's been there. You think 5 million just popped up out of nowhere on the 17th of July? All right, bet. Sure.
Come on now.
Okay. Like, let's really just think about this logically and from a sensible standpoint. It's like, no, the money's been there. So hopefully this gets the deal done. If they reject this one, then walk away. I would hear it. As much as I rate Mbeumo, if they reject this one, then you walk away and then you go to plan B. You know what I'm saying? Whichever, who knows what plan B is. Big up to Sai. Obviously, I know you lot will have more questions about Mbeumo, and United, so feel free to get him in. Sai says here, flawless now. Newcastle didn't sell Isak for a short time. It's good, but don't you think in long term selling Isak is better for their first team future? If he had 2 years, Peter mentioned this, if he had 2 years left on his deal this year, and then he was going into the final year, I'd hear he's got 3 years left. So the fact at the start this time next season, he's got 2 years left, you can still get maximum amount of money for him. If he has a good season, which we expect him all to have, his value is either going to stay the same or increase. So long-term feature. In this instance, you can be planning for a future after him now. You can be like, all right, we're going to go on. This is who we're looking at. Because with that money, you can not only sign a replacement for him, you could go get a player elsewhere as well. And obviously, it's very dependent on the season they have. But if they get back into the Champions League again, win a Carabao Cup, if they retain that or they win the FA Cup, then we'll see what happens with them. So no, I don't think it's better for their first team. Keeping Isak is better. They need, you don't let a caliber of that play. You're going to lose, when you're Newcastle, respectfully, you're going to lose a player of that caliber. When Isak is as highly regarded as he is and rated as he is and performed how he has in the Premier League, you're going to lose a player of that caliber. So you keep him for as long as you can. And the fact they got 3 years left, keep him for a season, then you sell him for 100+ million the next season and then reinvest that in the team. That's what I'll do with Isak. That's just me though. That's just me.
I think it's too early for that. That's to sell him. I think he's a cold one. He's a cold one. It's that East African blood. I'm telling you. Shout out my East African. But East Africans, he's I don't think he's there yet. Like if he goes to Liverpool now, right? It'll be effective. I think he'll do well, but I think this is not the Isak you want to buy. Give him 1 to 2 more years, and he'll be one of them. And on the Newcastle side, it's never guaranteed that with all that money, you're gonna get exactly what you're getting from Isak. Yeah. From one player. And how much did they buy him for?
Isak, he was. Let's see.
Because I'm sure whatever it is going to be a profit.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a profit, 100%.
Yeah. So, if I was them too. But this is just the weird thing about the Prem to me. Like,
go on.
I would never sell to anybody in the Prem if you're like on my level.
He was 63 million, so they're probably gonna get double that.
Oh, they're getting double that. Especially if he balls out 1 to 2, one more. If he balls out one more season, it's up. It's up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, Jez. What are you saying, family?
How champ Jez?
Come on, big up Eddie, man. Big up. What you guys talking about?
Isak.
I was saying.
Yeah, go on.
Like he 1 to 2 more seasons, he'll be way more valuable. And so if I'm Newcastle, there's no way in hell I'm selling it, especially to Liverpool. Like I was saying that's always the weirdest thing for me is selling to a team that's going for the same shit that you're going for. That's why
it's because Liverpool did that because Newcastle don't want to sell Isak to Liverpool. So then Liverpool said, well, if we don't get Isak, we know you lot want Ekitike. We're going to go get Ekitike then. That's what Liverpool did. They're like, all right, you don't give us Isak, we'll just go get your option. And obviously,
you know what it is though, but I don't think it's necessarily like a bad alternative for Liverpool though. And I think Newcastle is the winner here because they keep the better player here. And if you can still go, it's not like there isn't strikers out there who can come in as backup options. Like I said, the reason why we talked about Ekitike to Newcastle, the idea of Isak still being there is because you wanted to improve the overall depth of the team. You can still, it's not like they're gonna go and recruit somebody who is going to be or be looking for somebody who's a striker who can start for us. Not like sometimes you can start, yes, but we're looking also for somebody who can just improve the overall depth. So if I'm Newcastle, I'm like, calm. Ekitike would have been probably because my idea is that they wanted to bring him in to play with Isak for one season, knowing that Isak probably is going to leave next season, or there's a good chance that he leaves next season. So they can already have like people saying Ekitike is baby Isak. I personally don't see it, but there's similarities there where if you who's like the best player to be a mentor for Ekitike than Isak, you know what I mean? So I feel like this is what the initial plan was, not for the short term, but for the long term as well. But now that he's looking like he's gonna go Liverpool, I think Newcastle is still fine. Like you even gonna save some money, and you're gonna you can go and address certain positions that we talked about. I think on Monday with Steve and on the fan call. Like I said, I still like he thinks he needs 2 centre backs. I think that's like at best case scenario, but I think even 1 centre back is good enough. They still need a goalkeeper. You still may argue about left wing because there's been people. When I see sometimes the way people speak about the left winger situation at their place, people saying Gordon is necessarily not as consistent as people would like him to be. Same with other players. So now I'll be honest, I don't think it's the end of the world that they're not going to go Ekitike. They just have to find somebody else now, which is not impossible in my opinion.
I think so too. Because we was having this discussion, because not only does it give you another option to play him along, whoever you get to play alongside Isak, it can be instead of or it can be alongside. Let's say it was Ekitike. Isak dropped, if you do want to go 4-4-2, Isak drops in anyway. Isak drops in, and that's a part of his game. And then you could have the striker in front of that if you are being more offensive. I mentioned this, it was on the Q&A a couple of days ago when me and Lex was talking about it. And I was saying, if you're playing Everton at home, you don't necessarily need Joe Linton, Bruno Guimaraes, and Sandro Tonali when you're playing. Now, if you're playing away at Manchester City, I hear it. You're playing at home to Everton or you're playing at home to West Ham, I don't think you necessarily need that industrious midfield trio. You can sacrifice one of them to then play Isak alongside if it was Ekitike or another striker. Like I said, Isak drops in and links up play anyway. Does all of that. That's his game. Go on, fam.
I think the thing as well is that it's not. You can also what you were looking maybe for Ekitike, you can look it into trying find like a midfield, like an attacking midfielder kind of mode who, like you said. But I think one thing that you can tell about Newcastle's midfield rotation, like they have one of the better midfields in the league, but when you look past those three, and then you have to make subs, you still look at the other options and say it's not ideal. So if you can go and get like a 4-foot corner who's fine coming off the bench, I would like the best way to do it is somebody who's younger but already can produce to a level where he can always come in but also can still improve. Like for example, like Arsenal I think did really well by buying somebody like a Mosquera, where like Mosquera is not going to come in to play for them a lot of games, but you know that there's a certain level already with Mosquera, and you know he can get better in case somebody leaves the football club or somebody gets injured. So I feel like Newcastle should do something similar like that in the midfield role. Like for example, let's say they want to get somebody who's a bit more creative. Get somebody like a Benson Gear from Monaco. Yeah, you spend a little bit of money, but not that much compared to an Akliouche, for example. And he not only can slot into the left wing position, but he can also slot into the attacking midfielder's position. So I feel like there's many ways to kind of work around it. So I don't think it's the end of the world that they miss out at the Ekitike. And you know what? I think one part about football now, when you look at the situation with registration issues, and when you look at teams for the Champions League, how they want to register a player, versatility is so important now in terms of the players that you chase. And I think this is what you saw with Ekitike. Not only is comfortable as striker at left wing, let's say they're going trying to get a Benson gear. Not only can he cover attacking midfield, but he can cover left wing. So I think this is something that Lucas are looking at right now.
Yeah, I think that's very, very, very fair what you've said there. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it all. Because what's the latest news? Let me know in the chat, people, in regards to Ekitike. And here it is. Damn.
Yeah.
You got Ekitike and Liverpool reached an agreement over 6-year contract. The player only wants Liverpool. In the last 24 hours, he has rejected Manchester United. Newcastle have already left talks. That's from Fabrice Hawkins. So he rejected us. I had no idea that we were still in for him. Fairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Quit using our name for clout. Fly your own flag, goddammit.
I had no idea we were still in for him.
I could, because you are looking for a striker, so it's not like I don't think United necessarily pushed like Hopper, because he didn't mention Chelsea, who was looking after him as well. So I do think it's a part of like trying to just get some engagement. But I do think that United was in for Ekitike, but not concrete, if you know what I mean. But hey, man, it makes sense.
He was on the board. I'm not saying he was on the board, but we pulled out of that race a while ago.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean though. Like that's what I mean. Like it wasn't concrete. Like United was like on it. From like, it's not like a situation where like Newcastle, Arsenal, and Arsenal was trying to get Mbeumo, and then he told everybody that now he wants to go to United. It's not like that. So now, but even then, it makes sense. Like, just the funny part about it, I think a month and a half ago, when Ekitike was starting to get linked to literally every Big Six club, I said his best move he could make is, instead of going Man United or Chelsea on a little bit of Arsenal links I saw, his best move was Liverpool. This is the best way to continue his development, in my opinion.
Yeah, because Slot. I mean, again, it's terrible to say, but I've been very impressed by what he's been able to do with the team as a whole.
Yeah,
like just the way he blended his style with what they're already good at, the intensity they play with, the goal scoring opportunities. Like he did a great job. I can't even front. And so Ekitike fits that balance, because if you're gonna have those types of wingers, it's just the Firmino situation. It's just like buy guys who fit but can still keep up at the same time.
Yeah,
he's from what they're telling me, he's more of a playmaking like scorer than he is just a straight up goal scorer. So.
He is, and
like comment. That's why I don't even be like he's good or he's bad or not. I have not watched him like that at all.
Yeah, neither have I.
But the thing is, because of how much money he's going to go for you, there's going to be an expectation of him chipping in goals. But I don't think that Liverpool fans necessarily going to care in an aspect of he needs to be scoring 20 goals in the PL or something like that. No, I don't think so, because let's say in a world where Luis Diaz, because you see it, Luis Diaz is getting linked to the football club, Bayern Munich is trying to find. Who's to say that Rodrygo doesn't go to Liverpool? Now you have two goal-scoring wingers all on the right, and then you have a facilitator in Ekitike, because he is a facilitator. But also one thing that's great about Ekitike is that he is an insane presser. If you look at Ekitike's pressing metrics, they are crazy. One of the best pressers in the Bundesliga. So not only do you work hard off the ball, you facilitate. You're technically very good. It's like I said, you're just a raw talent. That's why there's question marks wherever can he make the transition. But when you go to a Liverpool, crazy. Like for me, I'm looking at the left wing situation. Even let's say they get Rodrygo, but even someone like Gakpo, I think he would benefit of having Ekitike there, because Gakpo is goal scoring minded as well. So when it just fits. It just fits. And then you have a Verts behind all that. Now, like I think Ekitike is a very good alternative. I think a lot of Liverpool fans were just because the idea of how it sounds having Isak move one of the best strikers in the world in the team. That's why some Liverpool fans feel a bit down because of that. But Ekitike is a very, very good fan, very good alternative, especially at the point where they're at right now.
And please, you know what this also means as well? It's looking like they're not going to get Isak, so happy days. That's what I'm talking about.
It's funny, man. It's funny, man. You know, Liverpool spending big money. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
I mean,
a club of integrity? a club that's all that's right in the footballing world spending outrageous funds on a player. That's life, though. That's life.
You're a whole fool, on my
I'm
life.
just, I'm observation, just observation,
Just an
observation.
observation, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But when I say, it's just merely an observation, man, ain't trying to hear it. But I hear
I
you,
mean,
Eddie.
I learned from the best. What do you want me to do? I learned from the best. What do you want me to do?
This guy's
There's a reason. There's a reason some guys got 15K and I could barely get the homegirl to follow me back. But it's okay. There's levels to it.
It's a lie, yo, man. You know what I'm saying? If you create a channel, you're going clear, Eddie. I'm saying this now. You know what I'm saying? You get 50K in no time, yo.
Oh,
You
you're
get
too
this channel
kind. You're
from me,
too
yo.
kind.
You going
You're too
clear, yo.
kind.
Just your United and Laker content alone. You going clear. I'm telling you, man. You need to
And that's
channel.
the thing. I'm cussing somebody out. I'm cussing
This is what I'm
somebody
saying.
out. Then I'm gonna go viral. Then my mom go see me cussing. Then she go say something. She gonna start praying for me and all that.
I'm telling you, man. You go clear. It is. And speaking of more news as well, there's a lot going on. We're just at Liverpool. Rodrygo wanted by Liverpool and Arsenal. They're the two sides that seem to be looking at him. What are you saying, Jez, about this? Do you think he ends up at Liverpool? Does he end up at Arsenal? Does he end up elsewhere? Or does he stay at Real Madrid? Because it does seem he's out of favor. That's just off the Club World Cup, though, that we're going off. But it seems the reports are not going away with Rodrygo. What are you saying, Jez?
I think he goes Liverpool, to be honest. Like, I feel like the fact that Liverpool was ready to go and splash 120 on Isak, it was all about Newcastle just letting him go or being fine letting him go. Just shows that they have clearly the money there, and the fact that Bayern are so, not only does Diaz want to leave, but Bayern is also desperate for a left wing option to have Diaz there. So the spot is there. Everybody says his best position is left wing, so I want to see that, and especially in the team at Liverpool, it's not like you're going into a team where it's like struggling or there's a lot of question marks. No, I think he goes. If he goes, I think he goes Liverpool. If he goes,
do you think he makes the move?
I think he will be open. I think he will be open to leave, but it's just all up. It's all up. Like, we haven't heard anything from him saying anything. So it's like I think there's always the thing is that we haven't heard him say anything regarding I want to leave, or so I don't know what his mindset is currently at. Like, maybe he's like, you know what, maybe I still want to stay, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe doesn't want to go to Merseyside either. Like, maybe he wants to go to London, but is an Arsenal gonna go and put the money out there? Then like,
it could be.
There's so many question marks. It could be so many question marks regarding that. So it's hard. It's hard to know anything when you don't have any credible source actually saying, "Oh yeah, Rodrygo is like he said, I'm gonna go, and these are the options that I want to consider." Like, nobody credible. Like, there's been sources who people say are credible, but I haven't seen anybody who, like, I haven't seen an Ornstein, or I haven't seen a Fabrizio, Julian Lawrence, like, who a French reporter, Fabrice Hawkins, like, just there. Like, I haven't seen anybody like that, or even like a Santi FM, I think it's _FM. Like, if these were sources who all said, Rodrygo has made up his mind that he wants to leave, then I would probably feel a bit different about my thought about the whole situation. But I don't know, man. Just have to wait and see, I guess.
Not first. What are you saying, Eddie?
Man, it's sick all around, bro. We're talking about Liverpool and Arsenal getting a Rodrygo. It's sick all around. But on being about the conversation, if I'm Rodrygo, it's Liverpool. It's not even close. It's not even close. Like, you set a standard for yourself, and you don't go to Arsenal. That's what you don't do. Arsenal have not shown you they about that life. It's just that simple. Liverpool, they had again, it was a somewhat contested, it was kind of a close race, but not really, with regards to Liverpool winning the title this year. So that's who you go with. They just bought Madueke. They just got Gyökeres. So they have Saka over there too. So it'd be the left wing, but then Martinelli, what's going on with him? So at Liverpool, left wing is pretty much just yours. It's yours. You don't even got to work for it. Go there, continue your high standard of play. It's the simple move, in my opinion.
That's fair. And Daniel's just put something interesting in the chat as well regarding Rodrygo. So this is Matt Law on Rodrygo. He's on huge wages and wants even bigger wages to move. If it goes wrong with Rodrygo, you're stuck with an enormous problem. Chelsea already have a problem in Sterling this summer. It just doesn't fit with what Chelsea have been doing well. So not so much him potentially going Chelsea, but that could be a stumbling block. I don't know what his wages are at Madrid, but let's say he wants the same, or like he stated here, he wants more. It could be, but then you got to that's looking at it's going to go wrong. Will it go right? Because to me, I'm signing Rodrygo. If I'm Liverpool, if I'm Arsenal,
I'm not gonna lie to you. If Roman was still around, he would have kidnapped him by now.
Yeah,
it's the Chelsea
Sterling wouldn't even be there no more. Like this is crazy, but Liverpool already broke the base structure like 3 times, I think, this window with extending both Virgil and Salah, and then also bringing in Vert. So it's not like clearly the money is there, and if they want to, they can do it. I don't know if they want to break the structure for Rodrygo. Though. I'm considering as well how much money is they have to spend. It would help a lot more if I knew how much he's actually on. Like it would actually help a lot. Just like how much, and obviously because how much is how much, what is a lot, like is he on 250? Because 250, then you can compare it with like how much people at Arsenal make money, how much money they make at Liverpool.
So they're saying there, this is obviously just a site, capology.com. This is what it's saying there. Rodrygo. They're saying it's like 240,000 euros a week. That's according to this site. 240,000 euros a week, they're saying.
Yeah, like I don't think that's a. I think this. You know what it is? It's a lot.
So in pounds, that's like 210,000 a week.
You know the reason, because Matlow reported it for Chelsea, and Chelsea got that new wage structure now. Then they ain't trying to put players on big wages like that anymore. So 210, Arsenal's very happy to go and spend that. You see them with Havertz and all the other guys. And I think Liverpool would be happy to pay that. So I don't think that's big. I think it's because it was Matlow reporting it for Chelsea. That's why it sounds as traumatic as it is. But I think both teams would be happy to pay that. Pay a bit more.
Because you know what you're getting.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally not his fault he's not playing. That's from above. Because he's literally their best. I think he's their best attacker.
High praise. I know you're a fan of him. I know because you spoke about it.
He's cold. He's cold, but he's not. He doesn't have the flair like the other guys.
I think it's more of a personality thing. Personally, I think he lacks the personality.
Yeah, that too.
You think why? Because he's just quiet and just goes about his business.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like
that's what he's supposed to do.
The best. Like I just don't know many players who are like quiet and are showing themselves as like one of the best players in the world as well. Like I feel like when you come with a certain standard, and this has always been my thing with Rodrygo, where like a lot of people think that I don't rate him with the way I don't talk him up as much as others do. For me, it's more like, when are you going to show some level of authority of like, no, I do believe in my, like, you can't have a certain level of ability in my eyes, but then not behave like that on the pitch. He's happy to be the sixth, like, in NBA terms, like he's happy to be the sixth man on the bench. And this is the type of mentality he gives me. And for me, when you have the type of mindset, I just don't see how you then can translate it in a team where like people say, okay, I'm going to be one of the best players in the world, and I play to that standard. Maybe he's a quiet guy and he can do it, and maybe I'm giving him too much criticism for that. But that's just how I feel about it.
I think he's just one of them. I think he just quiet, goes to work, mashes work, goes home. That's just what I think it is. He seems like a man don't know him, so this is guessing from when I've seen him on the pictures. Whether Madrid are playing well or Madrid are playing poorly, or he's playing well or he's playing poorly, he's seems like his mentality is the same. Like,
it's like I just go on for
like
work.
like
But
I've never seen him be like, that's a bit crazy. He just goes about his business.
And I don't. We just funny part because obviously some people don't like when certain players have like a certain level of attitude about them. But I do think
because
it's a
if you did
part
the
of the game.
Bellingham thing, people were like, look, he's too arrogant.
I know this is the fun. This is the fun. And this is what I say. Like football fans can't decide what they actually want. You know what I'm saying? Football fans just can't decide what they want. But I know what I want to see from my best players. And
I hear you.
like for example, don't get twisted. Like I could have said Madison a lot, but I don't hate the fact the way Madison feels about himself as a player, because for me that means you actually genuinely believe you're of that level. You believe that all, you know.
Yeah. The only problem that lies is when you get a player who believes like that and has nowhere near the caliber.
Of course.
Shout out Alejandro Garnacho.
See, you already know.
Shout out Alejandro Garnacho.
Because Rodrygo, I'm like, if I'm Liverpool or Arsenal, I have enough faith in him and enough faith in the team and the system and the manager that putting him on big wages, he does bits. He can be the difference maker when you winning the league or not. I roll the dice on those type of players.
Yeah.
That's me personally. If I am first, second, or third, and I am trying to go and win the Premier League, go and get a potential needle mover, which Rodrygo I put in that bracket. I spoke yesterday with Vieira about Isak potentially going Liverpool. Like players like that, because there's to me there's very few of them players around.
But
there's plenty of good players around. Go
on. My thing, I say potential mover neither, because like I'm just on that opinion. You guys can kill me for it. I'm just an opinion of like I just want to be proven that you can be the mover neither, because you've never been in a situation like that. I think it's completely different being put, and I don't blame him for that. I'm not saying I blame him for that, because this is just what Real Madrid is, isn't it? Like certain players never get the opportunity to show that, now I'm a head honcho. I just wasn't given the opportunity, like Benzema until very late in his career was given the opportunity to be the top guy in the team. So I'm not saying that Rodrygo can't do it, but I'm saying for myself, I call it a potential needle mover, because I want to see. Because for me, it's like needle mover. I'm saying you putting up big numbers, you putting up big performances. Like you see what Salah does, for example, first team. You see what Yamal does. I'm talking about that as needle mover. Because if what Liverpool wants to strive is the Premier League and the Champions League, you need guys like that who perform to that level. If you want to call them needed movers.
I think he will, because I think he's more of a supplement player at Madrid because of what's going on. Kind of like how Benz was before Ronaldo left. Obviously, Rodrygo's not like Benz. Like Benz, we knew Benz.
I know. This what I meant is that I don't. This is what I say. I don't necessarily blame him for that. I don't blame him for being put in a situation like that. I'm saying, put yourself in a situation where, like, no, you let's prove. I'm proving the whole world that I am what people believe I am.
Yeah.
Not that.
Because the fact that he can, if you have an ego, you can put your ego and your like how you play to the side and be more of a team player. I rate that highly. Because if he
I read that too.
Because this the craziest part about this, the same things are not necessarily you, just that people will criticize him for and not being him. People will criticize Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe for not sacrificing. That's the maddest part. In the exact same team,
I know.
People will criticize those two for not sacrificing. But then you've got someone like Rodrygo, who has not only sacrificed at the highest level and been successful and been a part of teams that have won things, well, that you can't win. So you're going to criticize Rodrygo. No, and again, not you, Jez, but I've seen people criticize Rodrygo for being a team player, but then will on the same thing, in the exact next sentence will criticize Mbappe and Vinicius for not sacrificing. And he's key. When they've had successful seasons, he's been key to what they've done. Absolutely.
That's the craziest
part. Take away the goals and the assists that he's got. He is key because not only does he help create, somebody's got to go and set tempo and be. Because he's a workhorse. It's like you don't get the credit you deserve because he's not a Jason Park. He was a workhorse and the tech wasn't there like that. The tech is there. The skill is there.
The ability is there.
Yeah, the ability is there, and Jason Park played a major role. But let's not act like he's just a runner who's just pressing and tracking. He can do that, but then he can also add goals to his game. And I think with more of the football and more onus on him, I think he'll get more goals. I'm even
But
the
that's
Champions League
the
record
hilarious
speaks for
part.
itself.
But that's the hilarious part about it is that because you just mentioned about how people would criticize Vinny and Mbappe for not sacrificing, but then there's also going to be the group of people who's going to criticize them for sacrificing because it's like because you're so good, why are you sacrificing? That's why I'm literally football fans are hypocritical. They don't know what they want.
It
not
only when
relevant,
it has to fit the agenda. It can't
Exactly.
just be you're describing what happens. You have to tell us what has happened. Like it has to be your version.
Yeah, Rodrygo has been nothing but successful at Real Madrid, and
100%.
people will crash on him. He has been nothing but good for them. He's done, even though they've had the odd season where they haven't been well. When they've had successful seasons, he's played his part and played his role.
I mean, that's the funny part about though. That's the funny thing about it is that he wasn't this season though. Like you see how much criticism Madrid has been gotten, but he's probably one of the players that hasn't gotten a lot of the criticism went down to like the Jews, the the big name guys, like
because you know why that is. You mentioned it when you are a big personality, you're the one who's gonna take the most flack. Because when you win, you're gonna get the most praise. As when they were successful. Look at the season Jude had, not this season. It was the season before.
The season prior.
Yeah. Look at the praise he got.
Yeah.
That's what it is. When you are when you are number one, number two option, and basketball, you lot will know because you the two been watching longer than me. When you're number one or two option, and you're the guy and you're taking the shots and you're the larger than life personality, when the team wins, you gonna get the majority of the praise. But when the team loses, everyone looking at you, even if the third, fourth, and fifth options didn't do what they supposed to, even if they shot at 20% in a series.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, even if
I agree.
That's what it is. Like, if LeBron and Luka, like, let's say they balled out, but the Lakers ended up losing, and Austin Reeves and Connect and the rest of everyone else didn't do what they're supposed to. Everyone's looking at LeBron and Luka.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Like, which is hilarious because obviously, I don't know how long you stay on, obviously, because I want to stay on the topic unless you were trying to move on.
Go on, fam, because we're gonna go to Eze after this. Go on, get off your chest. Go on. You lot get your questions in as well before you carry on. You lot continue to get your questions in. Right. 53 likes. Big up to you lot. Let's get up to 60 likes. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. We're too short of 15,280 people. I know there's at least 2 of you lot who have not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Go subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV Clips YouTube channel. We're back as well on the Sarcasm City TV Gaming YouTube channel as well, people. So go subscribe to both of them. Go on, Jess. Go on.
But that's the thing. That's why I say, like, because obviously you aren't talking about me when it comes to that. Because sometimes I feel like I'm getting that type of energy from people that, like, yo, you feel like you don't necessarily rate them, or you not like. I'm somebody who, like, I need to see it with my own 2 eyes. Like, when I saw Yamal, forget even Yamal before he started playing competitive matches with him. We played Real Madrid. No, we played Barcelona in a friendly.
I remember
before he debuted it. And I remember tweeting like shit. He cooked the shit out with Reguilon. I remember Reguilon was down with Postecoglou at the time in his first season. The moment we played Barcelona and he got cut by Yamal, I knew immediately this guy's going to be a superstar. He's going to be starting from Real Madrid very soon. It's going to be just a matter of time. And so for me, I'm just somebody. My mindset is always, I need to see like you taking authority for me to give me this level of praise. Like, I'm not somebody who's quickly to give somebody massive praise until I have seen you done something of a certain level. That doesn't mean I believe he's been a flop at Real Madrid. Shit, there's so many players who haven't made it at Madrid who were even told more talented than him. Kaká didn't.
Yes.
Kaká didn't. Made it at Madrid. And Kaká
was. And when he went there, he was like top 3. He was top 3 in Europe. That's the craziest part when he went.
And this is what I'm saying. So for me, I'm not coming. So if anybody, that's why I say, like, anybody who thinks that just doesn't rate Rodrygo, it's not that. It's just that the way I look at football and the way I view play, like, it's like, for example, when people were saying that Jude was this and that and that, and he's Zidane and that, I was like, yo, you guys doing too much. And I knew this was gonna back, and it hurts me because everybody knows I'm a Jude guy. And I knew this was going to backfire. All these agendas going to backfire massively the season following if he's not going to play the same role, which he didn't play. Ended up, and then you saw what happened. Not everybody's opinion. Jude is useless. He's not that good. he shouldn't be at Real Madrid. When in reality, I think he is a good player, but because of the standard that you put yourself and what you were doing last season, not everybody expects you to be the same level or even better. So now I'm like I said, I think whoever between both teams signs Rodrygo, I think they're getting a really good player in the like. I'm the base level. The base level is like you getting a very good player. Now I'm just more intrigued to see what can be after the a great player. Can you become like certified world class? Can you become a player? Because based on narrative that people say, like he's better than Winnie, he's better than Mbappe. Based on that, he should be a Ballon d'Or contender then next season. Based on these type of statements, if you know what I mean.
If he's in because a big thing with like seeing the best out of players is always going to be what's surrounding him.
I agree, but then you don't go to a bad situation though in Arsenal or Liverpool.
But yeah, that's what. And again, I think like we're pointing case Manchester United. Like Paul Pogba, if I'm being as a Paul Pogba fan, he never should have came back to United. He should have gone to Madrid or something like that. Like,
yeah,
because at the time we did not set up for his benefit. We didn't have it was a bad outlook overall. And so when I look at this Rodrygo situation, he has to prove it. That's a fact. Like we don't know. We believe you can be the guy or one of the guys, but we don't know it because we've never seen you do it.
Yeah.
I'm a guy who believes in his talent level and I think he can do it, but if he doesn't, then it's another case of that. We've seen that happen so many times in football too, where a player is a part of this crazy gargantuan club and he bets on himself. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's worth the risk at the end of the day.
I agree.
And I think for what he's going through right now with Madrid, his best bet is just to bet on himself at this point. Yeah, but that might go to the personality thing. You're talking about. Just maybe he's just not built like that. But from the looks of it, he wants to go. From what I see, so.
And I think it's a good thing. Like because I'm a believer of, if you really believe in your ability, if you really believe in yourself, you should be making that move. Like if Rodrygo said, "Nah, actually, you know what? I want to stay."
Yeah,
that's that to me. If it's like a thing of like, "Nah, I want to stay," because then you know about that life in my eyes. You know about that life of wanting to be in the limelight and the criticism. You esteemed as one of the best players. You don't want that, but I don't know. Like I said, we will see. I think he's gonna move, so that's a good thing, anyways. Like, and I would love him to. I know Man United or Arsenal fans would love him if he goes to Liverpool, and other way around if he goes to Arsenal. But I love seeing players wanting to challenge themselves and putting themselves in situations where they put themselves under pressure, because with all pressure, in my opinion, you can't get praised. If you're not finding yourself under pressure, like when would you ever get challenged? You know?
For real.
But before you go to Esther though, Eddie, I need to ask Eddie the question though, Floors.
Okay.
Did you see that Preacher report top 100 all-time list?
Yeah.
Go on, you might chat about it. I did see it, but go on. Floor's yours.
Look. I hate lists in sports because it's never going to be accurate. Because there's never a consensus of what we're using to measure how great a player is. Mm-hmm. People are always going to pick and choose what they want. So for me, I put it into eras that I was coherent to see. Like that I actually watched and understood what I was seeing. And so when they put him 11 and they put Shaq in front of him, okay, that's flawed.
Shaq in front of Kobe.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Kobe was 11th, and I think Shaq was inside the top 10. I think
he was like 6. I think he was 6. They put Bill Russell in there, and I'm just like, okay, what are we doing?
Well, let me actually check it again just to make sure what the top 15. Let's say I go with top 15. What's this? Yeah, this was the recent one. By the way, Luca's in the top 100, which is hella hilarious. But I'm not gonna
It's
speak on it.
funny. It's funny.
All right, so
But then
Jordan,
it's like they speak on Bobby Charlton,
is,
right?
is,
Bobby
all right,
Charlton ain't never seen nothing like Neymar. But shout out to Bobby Charlton, the real one. I'm gonna let him hold his kingdom in his era. I ain't finna
hey,
step on his toes.
so by the way, I got the list in Jordan won, LeBron second, Abdul Jabbar third, Magic Johnson fourth, Bill Russell fifth, Shaq sixth, Tim Duncan seven, Larry Bird eight, Will Chamberlain nine, Stephen Curry 10, and then Kobe at 11.
And then Steph, it's like I love
Steph in the
Steph.
top 10 is crazy.
I love Steph, but you're not telling me that that's not what it is. Like no. And again, my brother is the biggest Warrior fans I know, and he tells me I have Steph number one because he's a Warrior. Like that's it.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Like I'm not mad at that, but it's just like when people give these lists a bunch of credit, I'm just like, all right, let's not act like it's really all that. Like, let's not
Yeah.
act like it's the gospel. Because honestly, I don't think anybody tapped into Bleacher Report for basketball since Lord knows when. And so y'all just gave them all these clicks. Now they found some themselves. They're probably gonna put more bullshit out there. But no, it's cool, man. I'm really not. I'm used to it. So that's what people to understand. Like I'm old enough to remember when people actually hated Kobe.
Oh, it's just, you know what it was? Because I agree with you in terms of like how, I agree with you in terms of how, these reporters be coming up with these, lists, but it's just so crazy to me that you put that out there because they even put the criteria that they went based off. Like this is what they said. They said we had to know. We asked our legion of Bleacher Report NBA experts, writers, editors to take a list of the best 500 current and former NBA stars and whittle it down to the top 100 ranked. It's an impossible task, especially when confronted with the reality of comparing players from different eras. Stats help, but calculators won't ever figure all this out. Still, we stand by it. A comprehensive top 100 NBA players ever ranking, taking into account to the totality of each player's NBA career, um, cum, cumulative and Avistat awards, players, championship, culture impact, and overall greatness. So this were the parameters that they went based off. And when I read, which is the funny part, Luca is 57th on the list.
See,
But
that's what I'm
based on
talking about.
based on your logic, Shea should be in the 50s, top 50 then.
There's no way. There's no way Luka is ahead of Shea.
That was like based on that logic.
Is Luka ahead of Shea?
Shea's not even in it. He's not in the top 100. Like they got Bob Cousy over Shea though.
This is what I'm talking. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This guy is a scoring champ, MVP, Finals MVP. If they didn't mess up the All-Star game, I guarantee you he would have gone for it.
Yes.
If they brought it back to the original way, he would have gone for it, and that would have been one of the coldest sweeps ever. Like this is what I'm talking about. You can't put Luka in front of, and I'm a Luka guy. He's a Laker, but no, we're not doing that.
Just like because even the prescriptions, obviously, I know you want to go to the essence thing because I don't think laws, but I had to read up because they even got a description underneath what they were saying. So when it comes to Kobe, he was 11th, and the description is top accolades: 5-time champion, 1 MVP, two Finals MVP, 18 times All Star, 18 times All NBA, 12 times All Defense, 2 times scoring champs. Total seasons played 20. Kobe Bryant's stats are superlative, speak for themselves. The 5 titles during his Los Angeles Lakers only career are clearly impressive, but the longevity with which he maintained stardom deserves just as much praise. He is tied with Tim Duncan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the second most All NBA selections all time, trailing only LeBron 21. There's a case to be that Kobe is actually the most influential to ever set foot on the NBA hardwood. His prime bisected with 2 different periods: the era in which mythology reigns supreme, and the social media age, which broadened his exposure and brand, and by extension, his legend. Older heads continue to worship at the altar of his maniacal work ethic. Contemporaries still cite him as a source of stylistic inspiration. From a basketball reputation perspective, no one impact on the game has actively sparked more generations. Kobe top 10 status remains one of the most heated debates in 2025, which is, but everybody has in the top 10. And then when I read Curry's thing here, 4-time champion, 2-time MVP, 1-time Finals MVP, 11 times All Star, 11 times All NBA, 2 times scoring champ, 1 steal champion, and he played less seasons than he played 16 total seasons, and this is Curry's prescription. No active or recently active player has reshaped the game more than Steph Curry. That includes greatest of all time candidate LeBron James. Built for so long as the best shooter in league history, Curry has proved to be so much more. He isn't the first NBA player with the gravity to stack in entire defenses, but he is first to leverage that pull in so many different exhaustive ways. His teams are better by virtue of him existing. The accolades speak for themselves. The circumstances under which they come less for I don't know what that word is, whatever.
Bro, this is what I'm talking about though, Jess.
That's the last part right here. That's funny part. The Golden State Warriors have been fortunate enough to fit numerous generational iterations, but none of them peak or even exist without Steph. His ability to play alongside anyone, scalability beyond measure, qualitatively and stylistically, he is one of one. But based on your own description, you kind of.
Here's what's crazy. He has one less championship than Kobe, right? Yeah. And on the greatest team he's ever been a part of, he wasn't the best player. So it's a wash when it comes to championships and MVPs.
KD, so in your opinion, yeah? KD, the best player on that team, in your opinion?
Yeah.
Okay.
On that Warriors team.
Just making sure.
Because here's the thing. They don't like the conversation, but it has to be had. And Jez will attest to this. 2016, they lose to LeBron.
Yeah.
If Steph is good enough to beat LeBron as the best player, they don't need to go get KD.
No, they did not to. This was more to flex their muscles, bro.
They knew what it was.
Yeah.
They knew they had nobody who could compete with him, so they went and got KD. De facto making him the better player. And he has 2 finals MVPs to show for it.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. I hear you on that.
But on just to finish up on the Kobe thing, like, listen, man. I'll say it for myself personally. He's the second best, the second greatest player. And that's just me being objective, not no fandom. That's how I feel. Because MJ, like, people have to understand, MJ was literally like Kobe with Russell Westbrook athleticism. The young MJ, not the one they show you hitting all the game winners and shit. Like, if y'all people go and watch the young MJ, they called this man Jesus.
They did. Black Jesus.
Jesus. They call this man Jesus. So, yeah, I just think those lists, yeah, they can go. Like, if I gave you a list, I honestly couldn't give you like 25. I can give you 10 in each era that I've watched, and I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, their logic is all over the place. They just said all that shit about Kobe, and they have him behind a guy who doesn't even have half of the shit that he had. It's all over the place.
Oh, they got again, bro. Like, no disrespect, man, but they got Joel Embiid on that list before Shea. What? Oh, whatever, man.
Yeah, we move on.
I hear you, fam. Big up to everyone in the chat. Like Duffy says here, hit the likes, you plug. Yeah, run up the likes, you like hit the subscribe button. Final few questions before we do indeed close out. Big up to Daniel. It's new information, but yeah, Manchester United remain confident on BRYAN and Mbeumo deal as they improve their bid. Proposal now up to 70 million package, add-ons included, as David Ornstein reports. Talks remain underway with Brentford. Brentford keep working on Omari Hutchinson as replacement, as revealed. So just get the deal done. Cole Palmer in the top, man. Shout out Cole Palmer. Big up to you.
Cole Palmer. I think what's this? I think they want to make sure that the Omari Hutchinson thing is to the point where like it's close to being done, and then they want to let them say, "There we go. Then you can have Mbeumo. We get more money."
Just get the deal done. The money's been there, man. The money's been there. Get it done, and just and then just move on to next targets because we still need a striker, still need a midfielder, still need a goalkeeper. Whether Manchester United get all these things or not, who knows? But go get the striker and sell players. How about that? That's the main issue. That's the major issue. That's the number one thing in regards to the way these sales have just, can't even say slowed down. There's just been zero movement. We had reports earlier on this week, I think it was Monday, about Manchester United potentially paying off like Sancho with the wages if he does indeed move because he got linked to Juventus. It's like, just pay him off. Him and Rashford make up the difference, whatever that is, and then you keep or even take it out of the transfer money. If you get 25 or 30 million, and I was having this discussion yesterday as well at the end of the show after Veta left. Shout out to Veta. We are not getting big money for these players, people. This is why someone accused me in the chat of rage baiting, and I was asking the question of why we should get big money for Garnacho. And I couldn't get an answer. Why is that? We should not be getting we are not negotiating from a position of power. Stop looking at Bino Gittins and Madueke and Alanga and players like that. Those selling clubs were negotiating from a position of power. That's why they got the money for them. The player wants to leave. We want to sell said player. So why am I giving you top value for it? Why am I giving you top money for a player that you want to get rid of, that he wants to leave and he has not performed well? It makes no sense whatsoever. But we should get top money for it. So how much is Mbeumo really worth then? Man are saying 50 million for Garnacho. What's in Mbeumo's value? Because then if Brentford then said, all right, so he's going for 58, we want 95 for Mbeumo, you lot will kick off. Because they're not close in any way, shape, or form, by the way, in terms of player. Nowhere near it.
We're literally working on getting respectable again. That's what we're working on, and he's worth it. So I'm not even remotely upset about the price tag. No, again, how much did Arsenal buy that midfielder for?
Suleiman.
No, the guy for Brentford.
Oh, no, God was 10 million?
Yeah, 10 million.
Yeah, they paid too much. I can do that too. They paid too much.
We just the funny part is here. Brentford's are big. See, the thing is here, the Premier League really doesn't want to see us win because I think Frank was interested in bringing him to Tottenham, and they quoted us 35. They quoted us 35. They did. I don't know what it is, bro. Like you
know why? You just took their manager. That's what the issue is.
No, but that's the thing. Even before that, you see, we wanted Raya before Arsenal wanted Raya. Yeah. They wanted 40 from us, and then later in the window they said, "Nah, Arsenal can have him on the loan with an option to buy." What?
No, it is. Nah, that's you know what? Spurs, London clubs hate Spurs, man. That's what it is.
London clubs
don't like Spurs, man.
It's ridiculous, bro. I don't get it. You see, the West Ham was trying to do that nonsense, bro.
Yeah, West Ham even said Spurs tax. I don't know what Spurs did, but you lot hated. I never realized.
They ain't right with y'all. It's Levy.
You reckon it's Levy?
Levy got the dossiers on all the owners. That's how he gets all the concerts, man. That's what it is, man.
Bro, because it's ridiculous.
This is the only way. The only way.
You see, when it's Chelsea or Arsenal, here we go, take over a player, please take over a player. But when it's first tries, one time we want to get a player from their teams, you have to do this and that and that. I was like, what? You guys, this is what I say. We don't. The way we get treated, we're getting treated like people say is like a big club. But then we're not treated like a big club at the same time. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
It's like when they were making fun of making the band, you got to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge barefoot.
Bro,
get me a cheesecake.
Even see, not
that's what Spurs. That's what happened with Spurs at the phone.
That's the thing is, that's the thing. Is like, and it's not like we like some big boys. We was winning Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues back in the 80s and shit. That we wasn't even doing that. And look, even Nottingham, they're not even in London. You see what the Bush is going to like today. I saw a report saying that Morgan gets White wants a resolution by the time they go to preseason to a Monday. He wants to know.
Connor just said. Connor in the chat just said they got a legal case, so it's not
no,
going to happen
no,
anytime soon.
I was trying to say, so it's like, yo, the one time we want to be a bit serious in our lifetime, yeah. Everybody has a problem with it now. Like what?
Levy gonna start crying on the stand. They gonna put Levy on the stand. He gonna start crying.
Hey, one thing I say though is, yeah, if they think they can win a legal case versus Levy, bro, good luck, man.
You better idiots about life.
Oh, yeah.
Big up to Sheik as well, bro. Been a member of the channel for 25 months. Big up my bro Sheik. Make sure you subscribe to Sheik TV as well. He's closing in on 1K. Big up. He says until Mbeumo comes through, I ain't fussed. Enjoying the last few days until mental health awareness starts. What is mental health awareness next month or something, or next week? Or
no, it was last weekend. No, I think
he plays this
weekend. United plays. Preseason starts. Right, okay. Preseason starts.
Okay. Fairs. I didn't know what he was talking about exactly as well. Big up to AW, says, yo, big up the panel. So we spent 5 weeks negotiating a lower fee just to pay more anyways. It's 5 minutes, like we just set ourselves up. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
Shout out to Brentford, man. They didn't fold. I respect it. They tried the big bro, they didn't fold.
Bro, it's really not tough, excuse the language. For United, sure, player plus cash for some of their targets. Hey, we missed that boat. We could have done that, Connor, but it seems all the clubs who were interested, not all the clubs, but some of the clubs who were interested in some of the players went and moved on and got over targets. We could have done that. It's like Napoli were interested in players. Oshiman was there.
They don't really do that though in football, I think, right? Like you don't really see players getting moved for another like that.
Nah,
it's strange.
Yeah, I
don't know, but listen.
But yeah, definitely, Connor. But again, it's just try it. If players are really that difficult to move on, like Napoli were interested, you were looking like, why not check with the Oshman deal and see what's what, and offer a Garnacho or a Sancho alongside it just to see.
I mean, I guess at
the negotiation table, and the worst thing they can say is no, and then you go, all right.
I'm guessing they just didn't want it. Didn't want it to get an Oshman. No, like I feel like if they were really interested, I think they would have probably had it into consideration. So
it's crazy. But I was just using him as an example. There's other players, other teams.
My boy, I know you don't. Ain't it? My boy,
hey, bro, I saw the picture. I saw that picture.
My boy, McTominay. It's deep. It's
hey,
deep.
Bro,
it's McTominay Tito. However they say that shit out there. That boy cooking out there in Italy.
Bro, you got that big trip. No, like it's crazy, bro.
You about to get that check. They gonna build him a statue.
Bro, the loving over there, and it's just like, hey man, enjoy it, innit? Enjoy it.
And we could. That's what I'm saying. That's one of them. But to be fair, no one saw this coming. Not even us.
Nah, I don't think so. But
I'm not mad at it.
It's a good thing as well. It's a good thing anyway. Like
those dark art managers, bro. Those dark art, they tap into something.
Bro, they're tapping right into their own soul and like, yo, how can I make it? Like, hey, you see, concept, bro. He brought long day to my football club. Like, you see, bro. Like,
it's like Conte, Allegri, fucking Simeone. It's like they're the Akatsuki, bro. Just
literally, bro. Like they just all there for. They don't care how it looks, bro. We all team just bring chaos to the world, bro.
That's it. Y'all deserve nothing nice. Y'all out here foolish too much. Y'all deserve nothing nice. We're gonna bring this football. This is what we got for you. So
you better you want good football? Nah, bro. You better accept this football.
Yeah, accept this football.
It's crazy work. But yeah, man. Glad United finally made the bid for Mbeumo. They took their time. Hopefully get over the line. Hopefully go get a striker as well. Hopefully we add more. We'll see. This deal should hopefully be done. I don't know by the weekend because everything else is patterned. But who knows with Manchester United, and there's still more work to do. Go on, Jess. What are you gonna say?
Talking about deals though, because obviously you wanted to do a little bit speak about Essen. I actually wanted to speak about Essen as well. I'm a bit confused in it because I had this conversation with a couple of Arsenal fans in terms of how let's in a world where Eze gets signed. Because for me, I think it would, because I think Chelsea is also interested in Eze. You saw that as well, and you know my thoughts of how I felt when we was linked to Eze. I said I don't want Eze because I don't want to play in left wing.
You did say this, yeah.
No, and if Eze goes, for example, to Arsenal, does he go in there and start?
Yes.
That's my first question.
Right.
Because for me, and this is the weird thing, because like I'm seeing people say they want to change into a pivot, so they want to go into Rice and Mendy in the pivot, and then Odegaard 10.
Yeah.
So that means if Eze starts, he has to go left wing. But I think it's a terrible idea. To, based on how the team, based on how the team is constructed on that left hand side, I think it's a terrible idea to have Eze on the left.
Jazz.
Like, so you want to tell me you want to turn Eze into a touchline winger? If they do that, bro, somebody has to arrest somebody.
I don't think he'll be a touchline winger if he does. He'll play out there, but I think he'll drift inside and shit. I don't think he's a touchline.
But then somebody has to occupy that space, and with the fullbacks that they play, ain't nobody's gonna be able to be
overlapping from.
That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. That's
you said
right
how
there. That's the negativity right there.
How is that negativity? Just said they need someone. Does Calafiori not overlap?
Bro, you could have said.
Calafiori overlaps. Am I wrong in saying? Why is it crazy for me to say?
Because it's like
nasty work, man.
Bro, you want a centre back overlap, bro? Like we already got a centre back.
You remember Black Tie affair? He wanted center back to overlap. Look at this guy.
That's the shit that Simeone would like.
Did we not watch Calafiori overlap this season just gone? Did that not happen? That happened.
You saying it as if he's like Reece James, bro? Like, yeah, you can overlap, but like only if we need you to, bro. Like, not every time. Like,
the fact that you pointed it out. That's it. That's it, right? We understand it happens. We understand it happens.
No, I'm
you
just
want
trying
to
to
put it right, like that's a glowing moment for Arsenal.
No, see, the thing is, they could.
Hey, bro, watch.
I'm trying to.
He sold it. He was like, watch.
I'm trying to figure it out because, like, imagine in a world where, like, in my mind, Calafiori is the one that's holding with like he's a touchline winger.
Yeah.
Imagine that, like, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. For Arsenal, he is. Like we keep talking about that coach drill over there. Everybody's involved, man. I'm gonna tell you about that.
But this is the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, they're low-key need a new left back, but they ain't trying to go and buy a left back that can actually attack. So
they just lost Tierney.
Yeah, see,
he didn't really play.
That's the problem.
Timber. That's fucked up. What's happening with Timber? They just running him into the ground.
Did you say Timber does play left back? Timber's capable of doing it.
Yeah, but this is the thing. But this is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they need somebody like defensive. Like, listen, I just don't think this whole like. I think this is whole centre back and left back and right back things because he wants defensive security, not because he wants them to attack. So I feel like this terrorist is gonna make Eze play left wing to be touchline, and I think
that's not a good idea.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
But this is what I think they're gonna do.
I think Eze can work out there if they play him like that. No, I think he can play left and occupy.
Yeah, he can play left,
give him the ability to drift in and link up with Odegaard.
That's the problem. But that's the problem.
Well,
I think this is what they will do then, though, based on how the team is constructed.
You don't think he'll change? I think Hatta changes it. I don't think he plays as a touchline winger. No,
I think he does too.
I think he does. You as a touchline winger, for true.
I mean, it's the same person that did it to Martinelli, and Martinelli's anything but a touchline winger.
Yeah, Martinelli's nothing low. He can't play touchline winger. He can't drift inside.
Martin, don't get twisted. Over here, we call him Dorknelly. We don't call him Martinelli. But if I have to keep it straight for a second, Bo, he put the guy who is known for, but when he had his best season, he played as an inside forward, scoring 15 goals for Arsenal. And then Arteta decided, now you know what? Let's put this guy away from the goal and now you see what's happening. So not only I already thought when he scored 15 goals, he was Dorknelly. Then Arteta made him a touchline winger. Now you even worse than Dorknelly. Like, it's just that I can't find another word. So you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I find it's just super weird them seeing him out there. Like, obviously you might be right, and he might actually. Either way, I think the fact, man. I think
Eze drifts in. I think Eze, like we've seen him play for, like when he's played left side for Palace, he'll
But that's the
play
thing though.
like that.
He doesn't. But
No.
he doesn't play off the wing though. He
No.
plays.
He's
he
tight.
only-
Yeah. He's
he only.
supposed to.
That's not
I'm
even what I
saying,
was thinking.
what he's allowed to do, because it's kind of like at Palace, he kind of gets a 3 role. I see it not as much freedom as that, but I don't see it being your chalk on your boot winger. Stay there.
I'll say this though. His
Go
best
ahead.
fit, like again, people, the best fit for any young winger right now is Chelsea. Unfortunately for us all, it's Chelsea. Because again, he's a Cone disciple, but I'll give him credit where it's due. When it gets to that final third, he lets them do what they do. Like, he's not fussed about João Pedro shooting shots from outside the box. He's not fussed about Cole Palmer playing through the middle. Like, he lets them do. So if Eze and Palmer and like, no, I'm not here for that, because I'm not trying to see that. Like, that's my type of football. That's what I'm not here for.
Now, see, that's funny part. That's
And
the
to
funny
see
part
it in
about it.
blue, I'd be hot, bro. I'd be hot.
See, that's the funny part about it is that even though I do, like, for me, that's what I even think. For example, in the world, I said let's go to Arsenal. I think they're gonna play the 4-3-3, and he might play Ødegaard, Esse, and Rice midfield, where Rice plays just as a 6, because that could
2-8 type of thing.
yes, as a 2-8, because Esse works hard enough off the ball, and so does Ødegaard as well. Where it depends on which game you play. Like, if you're gonna play a game where, like, you're gonna have the ball, you might as well play like that. You might as well, like, if you're gonna go and play Everton as Arsenal, who's gonna dominate the ball, you can go do the 8 with Rice as a 6, for example, or Mendy even as a 6 when you want to take Rice out of the team, just to have some bit more of a ball, somebody of a ball progression than in midfield.
When they were scoring all that goal, like a whole shit ton of goals and still got second place, what was their setup? What was their setup?
Was it are you talking about the season when they play also good football, or
you talk about not last season, the season before that one?
Season before that.
Was Xhaka part of the team?
Yeah, Xhaka. It was the Xhaka team. Yeah.
I don't know who played. I don't know who played in 6, but I know Xhaka played the left side of midfielder. And
you're talking the 23-24 season where he got 91 goals, right?
Yeah.
I'll have a look at the squad.
There was one week they went like 4, 5, and 6. Like,
yeah, they was packing up teams. I tell you, no.
Yeah, I think that was Xhaka, Ødegaard, and somebody else. I don't think Rice was there at the time.
Nah, Rice wasn't there. Was it Partey? It was Partey.
Oh yeah, it was Partey. It was Partey.
Yeah, but now that I'm thinking of it, like, again, because you're gonna have to play Zubamendi. You're gonna have to play Rice.
I don't think. Yeah, I was right. It was Partey. Well, Partey was there. Partey, Jorginho. Oh shit! No, Rice was there. 23-24. Rice was there. Yeah. Because he's been there.
It must have been then the season prior to that season when Xhaka was there.
Yeah.
Because that was the season when they played, like, if Eddie, because are you talking about the one where they also played?
Yeah, like, because Xhaka wasn't there with Rice, was he? They weren't there.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
He might have been that 22-23 season they scored 88.
They scored 88, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I can't remember which season it is. I think I know what you're talking about. But
because he went away from
it would have been Partey, Xhaka, and Ødegaard. And then after
Ødegaard.
Rice, Ødegaard. Yeah.
So playing the 4-2-3-1, yes. Or was it?
I don't know. I think they played 4-3-3, and like Xhaka was like the left-sided midfielder who was occupied like the half space on that side. Yet Ødegaard operating on the other side, and then you're just Partey being the deep line playmaker.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the only way I could see them like setting up with Eze.
Yeah.
Right. But now that you have Zubamendi, again, Zubamendi technically is solid. But I had to come to the unfortunate realization that technical footballers will struggle in the Premier League if they're left on that island.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah.
And what I saw him do against Manchester United, a shit Manchester United, you can't tell me he got to prove it to me.
You Eze first.
Not Eze.
Zubamendi.
Oh, you talking about Zubamendi?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah,
Eze,
he was
Eze
cold.
is cold. I'm not worried about Eze at
Oh,
all.
you talking about
Eze is
Zubamendi?
cold.
Yeah, I forgot who was talking to actually, because I know you are a big fan of the technical ball. You talking about Zubamendi? Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't.
Zubamendi.
Yeah, the other thing is, I don't think Zubamendi necessarily starts. I've been saying this. If they
How
sign
much
Yoker,
they spent for him?
60 M's.
60.
But someone missing out, Eddie, because
Yeah,
they're going to sign
that's what I like.
Yoker, and all the reports were saying Havertz plays. I don't see him benching Havertz.
That's what I'm
I think he
saying.
puts him back in the midfield.
But this is what makes me believe, though. I don't think they're gonna try and sign Esse and Rodrygo. I think they can sign either one of them.
Yeah, it's one of the other. Yeah, I agree with that.
That's why I think Loki. That's why Loki think that Esse, until I seen reports already saying that apparently they're not in the race for Rodrygo no more. But I don't know how reliable that was. So until I see some reliable sources say they're actually out of the race for Rodrygo, then they're gonna go full course on for Esse. But I don't know, I feel like if they can, I think they can go and sign Esse because of Esse's versatility. Is a good player to have, and you want to improve the squad as well. You want to have a good standard, and I think Esse increases the standard of the squad. It's just that I think Arteta really needs to figure out with that if he plays him, for example, on the left wing, how that left hand side looks, and if Esse does play in the midfield, who does he come in for, and then what type of formation do you play them? So it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. Like for me, that's what I was thinking when Esse was linked to us. I was thinking low key he might go with the double 10. Low key goes with the double 10. That's what I think. But I don't think I don't see Arteta doing that. I don't think Arteta goes because I think with Arteta the issue with him is he wants to be still defensively solid. That's the main core.
Yeah.
Main of all. Like Frank, I think he's more fun being a double 10, but Arteta, I don't know.
When he lost that title, scoring all them goals, then he made the transition to playing this kind of football.
He was a little bit more defensive this past season than he was 23-24 and 22-23.
It's actually gotten worse.
Yeah, because I'm looking here, how'd you go from scoring? Because 22-23, they scored 88.
88 and 91.
And then 23-24, 23-24, they scored 91. And then this past season, they got 69. Fuck. 14 draws.
And you could see it in the football. The football was terrible.
Yeah, and then he was packing up teams. I remember when he was there, he was packing up teams. It was with Rice. It was that season with Rice. So it was the past season, not this last season, the season before.
But season prior,
he was battering teams like 4 or 5s, and he was on record runs away from home and shit in terms of scoring goals. It's crazy.
But I think even in 22-23, I think they were still packing up teams.
Yeah, they still packed up teams. They went on a run there because was that not the season where they did the Dubai trip? I can't remember which one it was.
I think it was one of those seasons for sure.
Yeah. A big up to my Puka says, will you walk away if Brentford reject the third bid? We should. Will we? I don't know. We should though. If they reject that bid, walk away. Yes. That's it. As much as I'm a fan of Mbeumo. Will Manchester United do that? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know with this lot. Because the fact that this has been dragged on and is just so I haven't mind about it's just unnecessary.
I don't think
this Mbeumo deal has just been a complete unnecessary time period. I can't say wasted because you're going to get Mbeumo, but it's just been unneeded. The time you put into it, to just go and get the deal done.
I don't think they're going to reject it though. I would be surprised.
I think the deal gets done. I do think the deal gets done.
I think literally the only thing why they didn't immediately. I think the only reason why they didn't immediately accept it there on the spot is because they're trying to get the Hutchinson thing done. So they don't want to let teams know we got money, in the bag. So just just making sure lining everything up, and then by the time they accept the bid, this Hutchinson thing is done. I think this is what it is.
Trust. I hear you on that, but I think we've covered everything. Big up to everyone that has locked in. You lot, absolute real ones, as always. We're gonna redirect. Is he still alive? Yeah, we'll redirect to. We'll go to Rants actually. Shout out to my guy Rants every single time. So him and Gunnar are live. So we're just gonna put Sarcasm City TV raid in the chat, people. Sarcasm City TV raid, please, in Rants' chat. Love to everyone supporting as always. Make sure you run up the likes, hit the subscribe button on the channel, hit the notification bell.
Last thing, what's it called? Last thing, do you know the Milinkovic Savic and the Milinkovic Savic keeper? He's going to Napoli. Yeah, like
You
you're
guys
saying,
good.
Fabrizio said, Napoli is closing in now.
And for Daniel, it says it took Newcastle going for Visa. Potentially. Who knows, Daniel? It could just be saying as minor as that. That is like, all right, shit, Newcastle are going in for Visa. Let's go and like move serious and just get it done. Like, all right, okay. You like just unneeded. Like you do what they've done is just put unwarranted, unneeded pressure and unneeded scrutiny on you. All you've done is just annoy fans.
Yeah.
That's all you've done. You've just unnecessarily annoyed fans in what is actually a good deal. If you like would have done this 4 weeks ago, would have done this at the back end of June. It would have been like, right, before July, we got both Cunha and Mbeumo. Cool. You just put yourself under unneeded scrutiny, unneeded conversation. For what? Like, all right. So yeah, we'll see what's what. But people, like I said, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button on the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you subscribe to the Clips channel, Sarcasm City TV Clips. Subscribe to the gaming channel, Sarcasm City TV Gaming, all on YouTube, and the Sarcasm City TV playback as well. Back live later today, you're gonna get some pro clubs. You'll get some gaming content. It's Thursday night, so you'll definitely get some gaming content on the YouTube channel. Aside from, you may get some gaming content on the gaming channel as well. And then I'm trying to pattern the Yardman show as well with those three, with Javon, with Kaneki, with Lex. So look out for that as well. And then tomorrow I'm going to talk to Jez and the rest of the Spurs lot, United Spurs show, United Chelsea show. And then Saturday, depends on ring walk time, but Usyk Dubois 2 people. That watch along I'll be doing. Alexander Usyk, Daniel Dubois 2, the rematch. So it'll be live here on the YouTube and live on the playback. The same ring walk times like 10 p.m. UK time. And then you'll get a sports Q&A after that. Sunday, what you lot going to get? I've not done it in a minute because there's been no news, but it has been. So with the Bayesian lot, shout out to Barnes and Pops. So we're doing the Liverpool show and then probably a Q&A as well, people. So yeah, man, just keep a lookout. You know what I'm saying, turn on all your notifications and all that stuff. And on top of that, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc., people. You already know you get all these shows that are on the YouTube channel apart from watch-alongs, fan calling shows, gaming content on all audio platforms, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. So if you're on Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV and follow 5 stars. Maybe you just want to listen audio only. Maybe you don't want YouTube using up all your data. Maybe you're at work. Maybe you're walking. Maybe you're cleaning. Maybe you're driving. Whatever the case may be. Maybe you just can't have your phone up, like I said, because you may be at work. So listen audio only. So big up. So that's Spotify, follow 5 stars. Same with all you iPhone users as well. iTunes, Apple Podcast. Type in Sarcasm City TV or wherever you get your podcast. So love to everyone that's locked in. Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. Sarcasm City TV Raid and Rances chat. Salute.